while solving a particular business problem, we have a tendency to plug in one or multiple algorithms to solve a problem. That of course does some justice in solving the problem, but it misses the holistic perspective, which can only be addressed if we create a framework to solve the business problem. And that framework can only be developed if we really think through the problem. And what do I mean by thinking through? I mean that each of the steps have to be analyzed critically. What do I mean by the steps? Say the problem that is given to me currently is how to figure out which particular customers might leave me and how to ensure that the customer shouldn't leave me. Why they shouldn't leave me? Of course, that's everyone knows that the cost of customer acquisition is far more higher than retaining the existing customers. Now, keeping that part aside, now if we break through the problem that which particular customers should we target to retain them, the first step that could come to us is that what is the probability of leaving the customers? Say for example, by applying some suite of problems, by applying some suite of algorithms, we can figure out that what is the probability of leaving the customer. By the way, here is my dog. So, but that's not the kind of end goal to it. Why it is not the end goal? Because all the customers that might leave me might not be my interest. Reason being that all of them might not have a high customer lifetime value. I think that's a very, very important argument in the whole discussion. So what does that mean? What is the corollary? What is the takeaway from this statement? The takeaway is that we should target only those customers whose probability of leaving is high as well as whose customer lifetime value is equally high. So we have drawn some conclusion in calculating the two steps. Now, is that good enough? Definitely not. Why not? Because all the customers whose probability of leaving the organization is high and whose customer lifetime value is again on the higher side might not be equally probable to respond to the promotions. So, it's important for any organization to understand which customers whose probability of leaving is high have high customer lifetime value and their probability of responding to the promotions are equally high. So, for that purpose, we develop a kind of framework for which the step 1 is figuring out the probability of leaving. Step 2, from those customers whose probability of leaving is high, step 2 is figuring out the customer lifetime value. And step 3 is from among those customers whose probability of leaving is high and whose customer lifetime value is equally high, what is the probability of them responding to the promotions? Now that's a kind of broad framework, what we say. Now the most important part is that to calculate each of these steps, we apply a suite of approaches. Please remember, approaches are not synonymous to algorithms. So I shall discuss a few approaches of the first step, that what is the probability of a customer leaving us, and then subsequently I shall tell you how each of the or how a suite of algorithms can help us to solve a particular approach. So what is our step 1, or what is the first algorithm in front of, or first approach we can think? The first approach of step 1 is that, do I have any customers in my existing customer database who have similar kind of profiles of the customers who have left us? So that's an approach. That's an approach to solve the problem, to solve the step 1 of the problem, that what is the probability of my customers leaving me. So if I can find out from my existing customer database some symptoms of the customers who have left me, I can tell with some probability, yes, these customers might leave in future. So that is approach number one. And this particular approach can be solved through multiple look-alike algorithms. So one of the look-alike algorithms which must be known to many of you is K nearest neighbor. So by applying K nearest neighbor, we can solve this approach 1 of step 1. Now the approach 2 of step 1. Approach 2 comprises that what is the probability of the customers leaving us. So there are a bunch of classification algorithms. It can be the discriminant analysis, it can be the support vector machines, it can be a suite of ensemble models comprising the bagging, boosting. When I say bagging, it goes to extreme gradient boosting. So all these algorithms we apply to find out the probability, and what we do is that we don't bank on one algorithm, we compare across the algorithms and apply the best algorithms given the particular data and the business. So that's about the approach 2 of the step 1. Then comes the approach 3 of step 1. What is approach 3? Approach 3 is all about when the customer is going to leave. So I want to know, or the organization wants to know very precisely, that customer X is going to leave the organization in the next 3 months with this amount of probability, which is 0.7, or with the passage of time, maybe once it is the 4th month, what is the probability, once it is the 5th month, what is the probability. So that can be solved with our survival analysis problem, which is, besides MANOVA, that is the only statistical techniques which has got more than one dependent variable. So what are the two dependent variables here? The first dependent variable is the customer is with us or not with us, that is the binary dependent variable. And the second dependent variable is the duration. Duration can be in terms of days or months, but that is also a dependent variable. So we have got two dependent variables, and we can precisely tell when the customer is going to leave us and with what probability. If we dive deep further in survival analysis, you will find that there are parametric, non-parametric, and semi-parametric, like Kaplan-Meier is there, Cox regression is there, Weibull distribution is there. Depending on the data, depending on the nature of the business problem, we first calculate or figure out the right distribution and apply the right survival analysis model. So that's what we discussed about the step 1 with 3 approaches, and with each approach we have discussed the suite of algorithms. So what was, just a kind of recapitulation, quick recapitulation. So what was step 1? Our step 1 was that what is the probability of a few customers leaving us. That means we can figure out from that step the customers whose probability is very high to leave an organization. Now if you remember the argument that I gave, that is, this step is insufficient because all the customers who have got a high risk of flight or high risk of churn might not have equally high customer lifetime value. So it's very important to calculate the customer lifetime value. So just to give you a synopsis, there are multiple ways and approaches, of course, to calculate customer lifetime value. From a data science perspective, it's very important to know what is the kind of past revenue these customers have generated. So if I can find out that what are the past revenues of the customers in the last 6 months, 1 year, or even more, last 3 years, then I can pretty well do a kind of projection or extrapolation of that. Now this extrapolation or projection from times immemorial we have done through time series analysis, which has got lot of branches and sub branches within itself. But currently we apply the most sophisticated deep learning techniques here. Say for example, the recurrent neural network has got the long short-term memory. We apply such sophisticated techniques to calculate how much revenue the customer is going to give us with time. Now it's very important again not to depend or rely on one algorithm, and there are multiple approaches here. So let me instead of comparing with multiple other algorithms, here I shall introduce you another technique. So that's about the stacked algorithms. What do I mean by stacked? Suppose there are multiple brick slabs, one after another. In the same way, multiple LSTM algorithms can be stacked one above the other. And that can further, you can always, search it, Google it, study by yourself, that how different architectures of long short-term memory can be done. One popular architecture is the stacked bidirectional and unidirectional LSTMs. So they are stacked. First of all, there are multiple layers, and within each layer there are either the bidirectional LSTMs and unidirectional LSTMs, and finally we are getting a prediction. You may ask the question that why do I need to do so much thing? For the simple reason, the accuracy. The accuracy of the model increases multifold. In most of the cases, with my experience, I have seen, even with some not so good data, I have got accuracy more than 90%. So, by accomplishing this step, I can figure out what are the customer lifetime values. And what am I getting after completing the step 1, step 2? I am getting a precise list of customers whose probability of flight is also on the higher side, as well as their lifetime value is equally high. So that's definitely very lucrative for any organization. Now, is that sufficient? Answer is definitely no. Why no? Because all the customers whose probability of leaving an organization is high and whose customer lifetime value is also high might not respond to your marketing efforts. All your marketing efforts require the marketing budget, marketing dollars. You cannot just spend it onto any customers. So it is very important for you to figure out which particular customers might respond to your marketing promotions or your marketing efforts. Not only whether they will respond or not, it's equally important to know how they will respond. That means whether they will respond to a 10% discount, what is the probability? If you increase the 10% discount to 20% discount, will the probability change? So we have an entire suite of promotion response models or PRM to take care of this business problem. So what we can do is, after completing these 3 steps or the entire framework, you will get a precise target list of customers, which will tell you the customers whose probability of leaving or the risk of flight is on the higher side, and within that superset, the second subset is that customers whose lifetime value is on the higher side, and finally within those customers whose probability of risk is very high, whose lifetime is very high, the customers in the final target segment who will respond to your promotions. So that's a kind of complete framework which is backed by data science. So now why I discuss this whole story? The essence is that it's good to learn R, Python or any of the coding techniques or even a few algorithms. But what really matters is that ability to think through. I started my this discussion with these words, that how to think through the problem, and ending with that only. That yes, you need to think through it, you need to develop a framework, and your algorithms or your codes will only support that framework. Don't think that yes, I have to solve a particular problem, just customer segmentation, I shall do it with cluster analysis, or kind of new product development with conjoint analysis. This mapping is definitely not the best way or approach to solve a business problem. We should approach a problem in a holistic way, and this is the kind of framework we should develop, and then all our algorithms will support to accomplish this framework. Thank you so much. I hope you have understood, and I shall be glad to answer any of your questions in future. Have a great day. Bye-bye.